Hello and welcome. This is the Daily Dharma. My name's Dina. This is Empressive Warrior. Thank you for joining today. Let's go ahead and start talking about the pre-messages. We have some themes centered around this Dharma of Kali, the questioning of why things are happening a certain type of a way. It's as though we've had to endure much more than our share of challenges, it might seem. But it has put us into a certain level of character building, which nobody likes to hear about, all the character they've had to build through adversity that feels more than challenging, but sometimes tragic, depending on which things we're looking at. But there's, actually, let me pick this one up first. The cards that were showing from underneath the deck here, we've got feline, frequency shift, birthing, and then power, celestial, fearless, and contact. What I'm getting is that we are making some type of a connection here with some powerful celestial frequency shift that's birthing into our lives, and we're being asked to be fearless as we come in contact with what's being demanded of us or what's being shown to us. It can very well be that we are sometimes the individual that can help somebody work their way through a pattern, and so it has to be exponential, and they have to almost perpetrate it against somebody who is tender or in their integrity in order for them to witness the implications of what they are doing with their energy. So I'm getting that that's twofold, that we can have some type of connection with someone in our lives that is having a powerful rebirthing situation, to help them to shift their frequency out of some other type of pattern into a new way, but also that we are embodying some type of guidance or some type of new mentor or guide potentially stepping forward to help us work this frequency shift through in real time. So this recognition and the music card here, a few things. I'm feeling that there are going to be harmonics associated with the situation where when we come in contact with somebody, we understand immediately. Our immediate response is going to be something that can tell us very much, because with feline, it's very much about our cat-like instincts and how efficiently we tune into that. Like our spidey senses are going to be heightened, and we will know whether someone is in their character and integrity when they're dealing with us, and the type of soul harmonic that's being exchanged with ours in real time. We're going to see through the facades and know whether that is part of our karmic past or whether it's part of our dharmic future. So whatever comes our way, again, because it does appear that there's going to be some type of energy that could seem detrimental or toxic in our midst. Right here, underneath the next two decks here, we've got first sacral chakra was underneath, and being shown was gracious receptivity. So because of our ability to be fearless and perhaps even guiltless or shameless, because we already understand the level of integrity that we have, and we're able to understand how we've addressed our own growth cycles, and since we've passed some type of healing level here, this Dharma of Kali is gifting us the ability to see through something as it comes through us or to us, such as, someone playing out some type of ego battle that doesn't belong in our energy. And I see us here able to accept that situation, flow with it, because the gracious receptivity is talking about truly being in alignment with our integrity and our dharma here, and recognizing how we can complicate or cooperate with any type of energy coming our way. And sacral chakra here talks about our creativity, supporting our ability to flow with our desires, and it stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our lives. So even let's say that this is happening at your workplace and you are feeling like you're always at the receiving end of something, but there seems to be an opportunity where we can understand what somebody truly is asking for us or needing from the situation as they approach us with something. Like the easy one at work, let's say, you know, you're in an office environment or whatever where there's a team working together, and one of your peers in the next area over comes to you all stressed out and has a lot of panic in their voice, and they see you giggling on the phone and hang up, and their assumption is that you're enjoying yourself, but you know, meanwhile you were just having a pleasant goodbye with a client or something, and it's part of your job to do. But then they see that giggle and they assume you're on break, they assume you're talking to friends, you got your feet up, and it's like, how dare you take a break? And it's like, then, you know, because this person is in a panic, you can understand that you weren't on break. You have no guilt in this situation because you were doing what was expected and what was best. But you can witness this person's panic, not identify with it, and then say, wow, it sounds like you've been really working hard. What can I help you with? You know, I don't know how it needs to happen, but that's the type of vibe that I'm seeing you in, is being beyond the invitation to jump into the ego level. And so because of that, you're working with some type of powerful guidance to shift perhaps a group dynamic or something else, as your situation can be different than other people here, and you're able to help it level up into a more empowered situation and vibe. Let's see, what are the codes coming in? We also have from the shamanic deck, underneath the deck was the drum, and coming out was 17, the earth. So the drum talks about synchronizing our heartbeat with the heartbeat of Mother Earth. And so there's something here about that integrity, about that smooth flowing transition that helps transmute rather than escalate situations. It's like the powers that be, the watcher energy that is actually spirit from beyond the veil, is very pleased with the way that you are helping and moving these energies. Then we also have Mount Shasta, again with this earth guardian energy as well. Mount Shasta talks about the ley lines and vortices that are all over the earth, and the areas that have been hot spots for energy and frequency. So since we're talking about Mother Earth and the drum and gaining this new insight, and music, I just made the connection, drum and music. It appears that, I don't know if you drum to conjure, but there's something here talking about our ability to understand what perhaps Mother Earth herself is asking us to do for her. Somehow, perhaps we are the drum, the heartbeat that is reattuning the collective around us. In every place that we are going, then with this Mount Shasta, we're bringing our integrity and our gracious receptivity, taking in those energies, recognizing how to spin chaos into symphony. Now, you've got a very subtle energy. I'm sure that some people think that you are a very lucky individual, that you're super confident and blessed, but the Dharma of Kali card with some of these others tells a different story. You've earned every stripe that comes your way. Third eye chakra. Yeah, the projected ideas of others, what others believe about you isn't your concern, but it seems to, it looks as though you are changing the way that you believe about yourself. I think that maybe you thought that others felt a certain way about you in the past, and now you're understanding that that was some type of illusion. Absolutely. Maybe you felt at the mercy of situations defining you, being some type of typecast personality, or stuck in some type of role or job that didn't, or even relationship that didn't define you appropriately. But with Manifestia, it looks like you're really tapping into being able to take control and steer your own life and manifest a different outcome. Exactly, because there's this newfound alignment going on here. And it may be something to do with this earth. Maybe you need to take a vacation, because with this Mount Shasta and the earth, it's like getting out and seeing the world, because you need to adjust. And to have this adjustment with Mother Earth, it might be necessary for you to be in nature. I had a few piles come out here. This one's a big one. Starseed Elemental Synergy with Trust Your Innocence and Discernment. And Divine Masculine. What you're choosing to do here, you've thought about, even though you seem to be spontaneous. You're working with the starseed elementals here. So it's more than just, of course, fire, sky, water, and earth elementals. You're working with the cosmic fabrics and quantum level manifestation here. Exactly. You're changing the way that you have manifested in the past with all of this newfound inspiration. And it's like you're connecting with the earth and settling into the earthly energies and doing your earthly grid work somehow. But that is connecting you to this changing personal empowerment, where you're understanding how you're also working with this quantum cosmic grid, and you're understanding just with this innocence. Nobody has to tell you how to do it. With this synergy here, you're being guided by your own spontaneous insights, because you're understanding how to listen and how to take action for this radical expansion in your life. Yes, a radical expansion of grounding your magic into the real world, this supposed real world. So you're aligning with your starseed elemental potential. We've also got this transition card with the high heart chakra, ecstatic bliss. That's beautiful. So another thing that was coming through with this recognition of the music and integrity and Dharma situation here, it seems that you're going to understand also the reasons behind things after first glance. When the shock wears off, it's like you can understand why something had to happen that way, and what it has delivered to you. It's like you're made better by something. So this last pile here, we have endless opportunities coming through. Very Seven of Cups ish, but without the bad stuff. This person is manifesting again from, it's like, I don't know if you can see all of the energy coming from the eyes. It's like she is conjuring and projecting those bubbles. You know how you blow bubbles through one of those little kids' wands, bubble wands? This is almost happening just by her projecting this imagery outward. So there's a vision that you're here to build. And the more that you're tapping into this high heart, cosmic, ecstatic bliss, this trust and faith that things are always working out for your best interest. It's like the faster that you can giggle when you trip, then it's like you are actually putting yourself into that transition between like, why is this happening to me, to, why is this happening? And I know it sounds dismissive when there's something huge going on, but there's some type of perspective where if we can stay into the alignment there, we can tap into what opportunities are opening up for us. Oh, beautiful. So we already had the divine masculine over here with this starseed elemental energy. Whoops, it's within this pile. Being able to understand how to plug into and activate our magic happening over here with the synergy, working with the divine. And over here, our alchemy is emerging based more on our receptivity to all of the dynamics that are coming through. So everything that's chaos, it receives the endless opportunities. What is that card? Gracious receptivity, exactly. As we open up to everything and begin to kind of say yes to the flow of the universe, we're allowing all of this fuel to come into our sphere of manifestation potential as just base resources, and then we are alchemizing these base level elementals and the cosmic elementals, newfound additives to our recipe to help us to birth this receptive creativity. It's about the birthing card with the divine feminine. It's whether we're masculine or feminine, in order to birth this manifestation, to bring these endless opportunities into a form that we can identify and call real. It's telling us that we are needing to plug into this crown chakra, this unlimited self, in this alchemical way. So it's by changing our minds, we can change our destiny. Sounds a little lofty, but apparently that's the advice. And I kind of felt like it was going to be something that would not seem profound, because there's the first message out is to trust something, to trust the advice of something, because it has a lot of merit. And so whatever download, whatever intuition that you have, lean into it. And if it feels like resonance, trust that, because you're going to recognize something by the way that it feels harmonically, whether that's, getting involved with new people, or getting out of the house for a while, or your own healing journey. Yeah, let's see. What are the archetypal energies? The energy of how this is playing out in our situation. What roles are we playing? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope this is resonating for you, making some sense. All right, how is this affecting our reader here, our viewer? The siren and the nectar, beautiful. I feel like this is talking about understanding which things are super alluring and tempting and taste good in the moment. For instance, like the chocolate cake versus the broccoli. Um, the nectar, it can seem very, very easy to lean into something that hits our senses very profoundly, very intensely. But the nectar is actually usually the more natural sweetness of the apple over the chocolate cake. So it's wanting to draw this to yourself as well. So I think because what we're talking about here with other people thinking you had things easy, there's something possibly about the way that you appear or your level of enlightened happiness, that people think that because you're happy and joyful that you must have things easy. But there's also this element of the nectar has been transmuted by you. This wasn't something that was handed to you. You created your own happiness. You created your own nectar from the endless possibilities that the universe was handing to you, such as loss, such as endings, such as different closures and grief and challenges and leveling up and ego deaths. And so that's why you have this nectar, and it does make you very alluring. So you're garnering a lot of attention. So some people are trying to potentially see you, or I'm feeling some gossip about you, feeling as though that you are some kind of, I was hearing something like homewrecker or femme fatale, but whether male or female. But you have this medallion because you're being recognized. We've got this recognition of the music. You're being recognized for the nectar that you do provide. So you have this siren song, yes, the music that plays through you is being recognized as some type of nectar by many individuals. And so there's this idea of you really reaching some type of major milestone and getting some type of deeper download coming into the new phase. So anyone else's energy we need to know about? Under the deck, we have the Creator. I like that. So this could be somebody that you're working with or have some shared ideas with. There's the fault line. So it must be there's some kind of breakdown in either communication or understanding here, projected energies. Perhaps even the thread. This is giving me that there may be an email thread, a text thread, or even something, I'm not on Snapchat, but something like a snap streak where there's some kind of what somebody has been drawing from that, the understanding somebody's been pulling from that is not the same as the intention. Let's see. Yeah, there's been some type of seed planted. Seed. Let's see what else. We've got the Castle, Thanatos, the Tear, and the Starborn. So it could have to do with your home, their home, a place that you guys go to and have some type of mixed dealings, whatever this creation that you guys are cooperatively birthing and bringing into this world. It looks like you're being recognized for your work on this, and it's related to the castle. So it's your nectar creating the pearls here, and the gems and the medallions, and it's darker on this side. So then there comes this web. So there's something about the cobwebs in the corner of the castle. It's like, I don't know what it's meaning here, but with the tear and the starborn, what does that want to tell us? Let's get a couple cards on this. What I'm sensing is that somebody wants to potentially come in and help you or cooperatively build within this situation. They are feeling there's some type of sadness, and I think that they're hoping to come into this castle and thinking that this castle is going to make them feel better. It's going to heal the hurt. And they sense all of this nectar that you have, and they have this tear. So you've got the nectar and they've got the tear, and you're very alluring with the siren. It looks like they're also starborn. You had the starseed elementals. You're working with their color palette. You guys share some color palette in your makeup. But this person's egg hasn't cracked open yet. So you're possibly a little bit further ahead. Popping out first, oh, wow, look at that. Look at this hermit. See what is at his feet there. I really do need to do something about that lighting. It's an egg with a serpent coiled around it. Very, very alchemical, very cosmic egg. And here comes this hermit with the nectar, with the light of the medallion, whatever spiritual gifts this individual and authority this individual comes forward with. It's starting, that light is starting to incubate this egg here. Beautiful. Look at that under there. There's the 9 of Pentacles. And so the individual, this siren over on this side, has a lot to show for what they've done here. And then we get the backside inverted world card on the backside. So it looks like you've already closed out some type of chapter here. Exactly. Something about manifestation. Look at how many flowers are blooming, the infinity symbol at the crown, all of the resources. Remember, we had all the elementals plus the star seed elementals with those comets going through the top there. And on the back is the back side of the 9 of Pentacles. So, and somebody's trying to get their attention up here from the castle. From the castle. That's very interesting. So I don't know if this is also having to do something with your child or children or somebody who lives in the house again coming through. Yeah, exactly. With the various eggs and the seeds and the incubation, it very much could be a child of yours that we're talking about here, and that some type of powerful transformational rebirth is happening in the lives of this other individual. Looks like it may come with a bit of sadness or emotional response. Could be a difficult lesson that they are surpassing, or a difficult lesson that you are imparting with this individual, or dashed expectation due to, like, they thought the thread of this was going one way and it's not. That's interesting. So the thread and the fault line, it's like mend the bond comes through a lot. It's something from Brave, the movie. Anything else? We've got this interesting. So we've got the wheel, very magician-like energy, and he holds the ankh, reminding me of Isis. It's talking about the progression of things, and again about magic. I mean, just check out the mimicry going on between the magician and the wheel, the 1 and the 10. 10, 1 plus 0 equaling a 1. I'm definitely getting some type of mentor and prodigy or parent-child type dynamic here. And so if that resonates, let me know. Underneath here, we've got this Ace of Cups too. So they may be in a very youthful, romanticized state here. On the back side, we've got the Judgment card with the family in the nude. So it very much does seem like there's some type of parent-child family dynamic. So I don't know if, yeah, and then the Judgment card backside, and then the Queen of Wands. I think what we're looking at too is this individual is noticing how your energy just demands recognition and respect in a way. And so you're coming across as someone who either has their stuff together, if you catch my meaning, or that you just shine brightly, you get attention, you have endless possibilities at your disposal. And so someone is trying to emulate you, and it is sweet in this way. Let's see what we can get from, this is, I believe, the Kipper. Take this one. We have false person. So somebody is being influenced by somebody who's not at their highest, or somebody is just misrepresenting themselves here, especially because we have the seed and the web here and the tear. We've got seeds of doubt being sown, and then we have this main person coming out as well. So the main person and the false person receiving a gift. I don't know if this individual is going to try to give you a gift. There was something there about that. High honors. It could definitely be somebody who you know through an institution, like a boss, because we did say that earlier. And it's like, if you have been on the outs, they may try to repair this fault or something that they did incorrectly by either giving you a gift or giving you some type of promotion. But it seems that it's a web, that it's not as straightforward as it could be. So I hate to leave the reading on a fearful note. Anything else here? Expectation. It looks like you already know what is going on here, and this is just confirming a few things for you. Could definitely be somebody who's envious of something or thinks that you know something because it's easy for you or you had it differently. Times have changed. We've got this Child card yet again. And also with that Sand Castle, somebody has some immature or undeveloped thinking because they haven't quite seen everything that you've seen. But there's a lot of building blocks here. It's definitely in your best interest to build some bridges with this person. Anchor, something that can draw you back together to help anchor the differences of opinion. So check back for some other readings. Yeah, there's a lot of obscurity and deception potential here.